A reminder of the answer to the question of why you don't see stars in photographs of the surface of the moon. The moon is currently waxing crescent, which means it is a little bit to the left of the sun, as in about 45 degrees left of the sun. The sun is lighting up the far right of the moon. Not that kind of far right, I mean beyond the moon and to the right of the moon. It's lighting up that much. So somewhere out there are stars. But if you have your camera set for the dark sky currently in the middle, that blinding white glare is what you see of the sunlit part of the moon. You can't see a right lot of the moon, which is what they're photographing when they're photographing the surface of the moon. If you look across to the left of that, and a little bit down would help, there we go, you can see the surface of the moon. Because the moon is less than half full, as in the sun is beyond the moon from the Earth, from the moon the Earth is sort of on the way towards opposite the sun. Not entirely opposite, that would be new moon, and the moon would be overhead in the middle of the day and the sky would be lit up bright blue and you wouldn't be able to see it at all. But enough of the Earth, as seen from the moon, is lit up for Earth light, as in we're used to moonlight, to light up the dark side of the moon. If you're looking at the moon, you just adjust so that we're looking right at the moon, and we're seeing that I should have paid extra for a slightly better tripod that'll sit where I put it. No, we're seeing details of the craters as the thing slowly stops bouncing up and down. You can see the craters in detail, you can see the crater rims, the shadows within them, you might be able to see smaller craters within larger craters, you can see the mare. As the Earth's rotation carries the moon left to right across the field of view, the right side, the sunlit side, is now too brightly lit because the camera has adjusted for the darker left side, which is Earth lit. You can see that, albeit kind of faintly. That's sunlight scattered from the Earth, lighting up the moon, scattered from there and coming back to Earth. Quite a journey. But of the sunlit side you can now see sod all. So if you wanted a photograph of the sunlit side, you'd have to adjust the camera to there, at which point you can't see the Earthlit side because the camera is adjusted for the brighter part. To take photographs of stars, you need to be adjusted for quite faint light. kind of like that. How much of the lit side of the moon can you see? I mean, you can see all of it, but it's just glare, isn't it? How much detail can you see? All. Which is why the camera has to be adjusted for brighter light, take photographs on that side, and won't see the dark side. You can tell this if you're taking still photographs. Take a still photograph of, the nearly full moon, you push the button, the camera goes click, you've got your picture. Take a photograph of stars, it's click, clunk, and then you've got your picture with a 4-second exposure. Obviously there's less light when you're taking pictures of stars. Obviously the camera's using a maximum aperture and a long exposure to let in enough light to take the picture. And obviously if it was pointing at the directly sunlit side of the moon at the time, you would get glare like this and be a crap picture. That's a good picture of a set of craters, But again, it's even a good picture of a set of craters with a couple of peaks catching the sunlight beyond most of the terminator line. That's cool. Most of the side of the moon that isn't directly sunlit isn't visible at all in this footage. And then we lose detail on the directly sunlit side and start being able to see the earthlit side. So there you have it. If some flirt tells you all those pictures taken from the moon must be fake because they don't have stars in them, well, that flirt is talking what cool hard logic would quite succinctly describe as bollocks. Now you don't need me there to explain why, because you've just watched a demonstration.